Hey, what's up guys, CKid here, and today I thought I would switch things up a little bit from the everyday look that you guys see me in and within my studio and go ahead and do this review outside. Now, in today's video, I'm going to be showing you all a smartphone that you might not have heard of yet called the G3. And if you are on the fence about switching it up and trying something new, then you're definitely going to want to stick around for what I have to show you all in today's video, as well as this phone should be in your conversations if you're thinking about switching. Now, also make sure to stay tuned to the end of this video because I'm going to be letting you in on what I like as well as what I dislike about this phone and if I think it is worth spending your money on. Well guys, without further ado, let's go ahead and roll the intro. Hey, what's going on? This CKid, and I'm back with more hotness like a third degree. Burn, you learn the words embedded memory. I'm giving inside tech, it's like a secrecy. Now this is where I was, and this is where I will be. By showing love and likes in the comics is basic chemistry. It ain't just a thought, this is what I foresee. Now hit that subscribe button right now and make reality. Let's go. Alright guys, welcome back. Now let's first start off with the phone specs and get all of that out of the way so that way we can get into what I thought were the pros as well as the cons of this device. But first I would like to send a major shout out to the company Nuu Mobile for sending this phone out to me in order to get on the channel for you guys today. Now with that being said guys, although they sent this out to me, all reviews and opinions on the channel are of my own and are not influenced by any company by any means at all. So that way I'm giving it to you guys straight, no chase. Alright, so initially I have to talk about the look and design of this phone. Now immediately I was completely shocked at how gorgeous this phone looks, especially for the price, which I will include direct links in the description below if you guys are interested. Now it has this nice shiny blue backing that looks and feels very premium. That includes these nice highlighted streaks of light blue, depending on how you guys hold it. Now it also includes here on the back a fingerprint scanner, dual cameras, and a flash. Now on the sides here it includes our power button, which that can act as a multifunctional button that can be programmed within your settings app, as well as our volume controls. Now underneath, I'm excited that they chose to go the USB Type-C route instead of the micro USB, so major bonus points for me for that. Now they also followed the trend of the removal of the headphone jack, but did include a dongle to still allow you guys to wire connect your headphones if you haven't made that wireless switch yet. And if you haven't but thinking about going wireless, then I'll go ahead and include a video up here on the screen as well as in the description below that may help you guys out with that. Also, we have our speakers on the bottom, which I'm glad they actually put them here instead of on the back like the blue R2 Plus phone that I reviewed, which was something that I did not like, so major bonus points from me for that. Now on the front here we have a facial recognition sensor, which I was extremely surprised to see on a phone that only costs $200. Now we also have a front-facing camera, another speaker here for the phone calls, and a front-facing flash, which I must say is a nice touch. Now when I first played around with this phone, I was like, I haven't even gotten to the phone yet and I feel like I'm already getting a lot, which is saying something to me because that lets me know the company Nuu took the time designing this phone to give us users the best experience possible from the design perspective. And for me, first impressions go a long way. Now getting back into the phone, the screen has a 5.7-inch 18:9 ratio curved edge design, which is similar to something that you all would see on the Samsung Galaxy devices, which I have to say feels really smooth and good in the hands. Now let's go ahead and talk about some of the tech specs that this phone is rocking. Now staying on the screen here, it is rocking an HD+ 1440x720 display, which I must say looks absolutely stunning. Now it is powered by the MediaTek Helio P25 chipset with a 16 nanometer octa-core processor that is going to give you all some smooth and decent performance while being extremely efficient, which is true testimony because I've noticed while using this device for the past 2 weeks that with this efficient processor, that 3000 milliamp battery has been really good, and I can truly say that it is an all-day battery as they advertise. Now I've used this for surfing the web, responding to emails, responding to you guys over on Twitter as well as YouTube here, as well as watching videos and using it for traffic guidance, and the battery power has definitely held up pretty solid. Now you guys get 4 gigs of RAM, 64 gigs of storage with the option to use a micro SD card for up to 128 additional gigs of storage. Now it also offers dual SIM card slots, which is also a plus. Now moving on to the cameras, both the front and rear cameras are 13 megapixels with the main camera including a 5 megapixel depth sensing camera that is used for things like autofocusing. Now using the normal photo mode has a static f-stop of 2.0 aperture lens that is going to give you those nice bokeh blurry background shots like the ones that you see here. But if you want to go ahead and play around with some of the preset aperture settings, then switching it over to the portrait mode will allow you guys to go from f-stop 11 to an f-stop 0.8. You can also have the other following modes like video, beauty, panoramic, mono, which is your black and white photos, and a Pro mode. Now the Pro mode is going to be for those who want to manually control all the aspects of the photo that you're taking. Now you can manually set your white balance, your ISO levels, your focus, as well as your exposure level. Now the last feature I want to talk about before we get into the phone is that it actually has NFC technology, which is extremely impressive on a device that only costs $200. Now for those that don't necessarily know what NFC is, it stands for near field communication. Now this is where if you have another NFC enabled device like a Bluetooth speaker or a pair of headphones that also has this, then all you have to do is simply tap the two devices together and they will Bluetooth connect without having to go and put the device into pairing mode, go into your settings and finding that device and connecting to it that way. Now this feature is usually on more premium devices, so to see this on this phone at this price point is a huge bonus. Now that we've gotten all of that out of the way, let's talk real quick about what I like as well as what I dislike. Now since I like to stay on a positive vibe, let's start off with what I like. Now initially I love the look and design of this phone. It has a very premium look and feel and design, and with that display it's just stunning with that curved edge 18:9 ratio. Now it is rocking Android 7.1.1 and runs pretty smooth, and playing high-rate games on this device was not a problem at all with that octa-core processor, as well as using the multitask feature. Now I thought the fingerprint scanner worked 100% of the time with no issues reading my fingerprint and opens relatively fast. Now the positioning is perfect with my finger. It lands naturally in that location, making it the ideal way of unlocking this device. The next thing I really like is the system gestures on this device. Now you can get a quick screen capture by just swiping 3 fingers downward on the screen. Now launching your camera app by just swiping 3 fingers upward on the screen, and you can also adjust the volume by swiping just 2 fingers upward as well as downward. Now this helps with the workflow with using this phone and makes it very intuitive and user friendly. Now the last thing that I like is the multifunction of the fingerprint scanner. Now you can set this to be a one tap to allow you to go back to the previous screen, or press and hold and always return you to your main home screen. Or you can even set it to be your shutter button for the photo and video when you have the camera app launched. Now I thought this was neat to add additional functionality to the sensor of this fingerprint reader than it just being the way to unlock your device. And as a quick throw in, I like the clear case that they included with this phone for protection. It adds a bit of flair while keeping that minimalistic look as well as its sleek looking design. Now as you guys know, every yin has a yang, and we must talk about what I dislike about this phone. Now you guys have seen me post some photos over on my Instagram as well as my Twitter of shots that I've taken directly from this phone. Now I have to say these shots were decent, but to me, I'm just not a huge fan of the cameras on this device. I think using the portrait mode could be improved a bit more, as it really struggles to find the edge of a subject that you're trying to keep in focus and blur out that background. Now a lot of the times it would blur out a piece of the subject that I was actually trying to keep in focus. Now although it's not a bad camera, I just don't think it's the best either. Now it does a good job, I think, at capturing true color with a good amount of saturation, which I like, but just has a hard time of mastering the art of that bokeh shot. And to me, the Google Pixel 2 is still the king of the smartphone camera, in my personal opinion. But by this being in the budget smartphone category, I think for $200, the camera matches the price. Now you can just take that for what it is. Now the front-facing camera is not the best quality either, as it seems a bit grainy and pixelated for my personal taste and could use some further improvements. And last is the speaker quality. I just thought the speaker quality on this device is very flat. Now it does get loud and you can clearly hear the contents that you're listening to, but if you're listening to any type of music of any sort, it just has little to zero depth of audio quality. Well guys, there you have it. It is my full review of the G3 smartphone by Nuu with the pros and cons of this device. Now overall, I still think this is an absolute steal if you're in the market for a budget smartphone that actually has a build quality and features of a premium smartphone. Now again, major shout out to the company Nuu for sending this product my way and getting into the studio to get in front of you guys for this review. Now if you've enjoyed today's video, make sure to go ahead and hit that like button, share this video, and hit that subscribe button for updates on this phone and other videos that I have coming out. Also make sure to stay locked to the channel for the upcoming Rap Tech of the Month video, because you're not going to want to miss it. So thanks again for watching guys, and I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.